Losing is what got us here. None of us feel good about it. This is, where we are. You are what your record is. You are what has happened, recently. But things can change quickly. Once we
losing is what got us here.
They asked for it, Sim. I didn't want to do a losers lounge for the Knicks, but they asked for it. So
they asked for it. The Knicks asked for it. The Knicks asked for it. Man, what a bad game. What a bad game. And, anything that the fans are saying, the Knicks deserve it tonight. I mean, I do understand that it was the Knicks were caught in a back-to-back situation and all of that. But it's a rough one, bro. No doubt about it. That's a rough one. That was a rough one. We just finished up, ladies and gentlemen, the post-game show. Now, this is all about the fans, you guys. Well, we're fans too, but what fans are saying besides us about the Knicks and in other platforms and stuff like that. I mean, this is a rough one. Let's go ahead and get to it.
We got
J Loud.
J Loud.
Yeah,
Sim got it.
Yeah, he says, I hate to say it, but preseason has to be taken seriously instead of teams being scared to play their talent. Slow start. I don't exactly disagree with him, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that the start is all due to the preseason, but I think I look at the way we were huffing and puffing last night in Atlanta. Right? And so it's no surprise that they had heavy legs tonight. And Brunson didn't play as much in the preseason. Randle didn't play as much in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? I can understand Brunson because he played for FIBA. So did Josh Hart. But so did RJ Barrett. Now, Randle, maybe they wanted to, just let that ankle rest and didn't want to put too much on his ankle. But, as bad as we played tonight, I don't know. How much do you think the lack of play for like the starters and stuff has to do with in the preseason has to do with tonight's play?
All right. I actually got a couple of things to say about this because it's a double-edged sword. Because I feel like if you ask the players, they don't want to play in preseason for the most part. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to take that chance for meaningless games. On the flip side, I watched Gil's Arena, and he was talking about pretty much the same thing as this comment on how in the past there was 7 preseason games, and coaches would do that. They would, play 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you know what I mean? By the last game, you into your full rotation, but it was a rev up, and Tibbs didn't really do that. You know what I mean? Brunson played 7 minutes, 14 minutes, sat a game, and then played probably still not regular rotation minutes, but played the most. So I do think it affected us, but I do think that a lot of players don't really. If they had their choice, they wouldn't even play in the preseason game, or they, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have 4 of them. They always asking for less preseason games instead of more. That's why it dropped down to 4.
Right.
So I do think if they drop it down to 4, though, at that point that should be the you meet in the middle. So we dropped the games from 7 to 4, playing 3 of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it affects the slow start for the team.
Yeah. I do. And you know, if players don't want to play in the preseason, I kind of find me as a player, I'd want to knock the rust off. I'd want to get out there because naturally you're gonna have rust. You know what I mean? I'd want to get out there, knock off the rust, and you know, so that I'd be ready. As a matter of fact, I don't think 4 preseason games is enough. I think a sweet spot is like 6. You know what I'm saying? After, you know, 6 games, now, you know, you're ready because, you know, if you're playing 4, you know, those last 2 games might feel like regular season games. And now your body is ready when the regular season comes. You know what I mean? And I just don't feel that. I feel like when the regular season comes, the way the Knicks were huffing and puffing, and it's not just the Knicks, Atlanta too. The way they were huffing and puffing in the first game, in that second game of the season, I just don't think you should be doing that in the second game of the season. Right? I understand you got to break, you got to break it open because you haven't been playing at that high level. But if you had a few more preseason games, right, you would have played probably 2 games at a high level, even though it's the preseason. You know what I'm saying? So now when the season starts, you still got a little bit more to go, but you're feeling better. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like we was playing in Denver or something.
Right.
You know.
Right. You know, so I get it. I don't disagree at all. I would like to see him play some more games in the preseason, but then of course the players got to play. Players got to play. Giga, I don't know. Said 1 to 5 to start. How you feel about you? How you feel about that?
Nah, we at worst we split in Cleveland at worst. So
Yeah, I'm not seeing 1 and 5. Who do we play after Cleveland? Milwaukee?
I believe so.
I mean, 2 to. If we you know, if we lose both to Cleveland, then we got to play. If we lose both to Cleveland, then I could hear that it would a 1 to 5 start, and oh man, we don't need no 1 to 5 start.
Nah,
Please,
nah.
please. I'm not feeling a 1 to 5 start, man. You already know how it's gonna be. If we start 1 and 5, you already know how it's gonna be.
And we gonna hear some of the comments tonight, I'm sure.
You
So
already know how it's gonna be.
it's gonna be a fire sale.
It'll be bad. You know what I mean? It'll be bad. Yeah, I mean it's already people already want a fire sale. Some, they people already want to start over. Season just got started. Sound like the Atlanta Hawks last night. They was ready for a fire sale.
Juju Caesar, he says 1 and 5 is very realistic.
It is. It's realistic. I don't think if the Knicks started 1 and 5, I don't think the season would be over. You know what I mean? I don't think the season would be over. It's not like football.
Yeah. See, I don't even want to put that energy out there and talk about a possibility of 1 and 5. But I'll say this: my level of disdain will depend on the way those games are played.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if it's 3 more games of how we played tonight, yeah, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
if we play like we played against Boston and things just don't shake our way, that's more I can live with that a little
right.
bit.
I mean, Cleveland hasn't exactly been playing well either. Donovan Mitchell had 40-something points the other night, and they lost. Right? He didn't play tonight, and they lost. You know, what's his name isn't playing? Darius Garland isn't playing. I don't know if he played tonight. Haven't looked. So, they got some things going on as well. The Cleveland Cavaliers. So let's see if Darius Garland played tonight. They lost 125 to 113 to the Indiana Pacers. Obi Toppin, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 40% from the field, 0 for 1 from the three-point line. Just to stay with the Obi watch. And no, Darius Garland did not play tonight. Evan Mobley, 33 points, 14 rebounds, like somebody said in the chat. Karis LeVert, 31 points, 8 assists. Isaac Okoro had 11 points. Max Strus had 21 points, 11 rebounds. But, they're not playing particularly well. They shot okay from the three-point line tonight. They didn't shoot well from the field. It was okay, 43.4% from the field. Indiana, they must have been burning it up. They were 49% from the field, 39% from the three-point line. Aaron Naismith led them in scoring. He had 26. Miles Turner had 20 and 12. Tyrese Halliburton, 21 and 13. They got, good, what I'm saying? They spread the love. Bruce Brown played 32 minutes. Tyrese Halliburton, 32 minutes. Miles Turner, 29. Obi, 18. Benedict Mathurin, 17. The kid Jalen Smith, that's the guy you were saying that some people are saying might, but this ain't about Indiana and Obi. I don't want to.
They'll have their turn.
Yeah, I don't want to take away from the Knicks. And people say, "Oh, you're just trying to, deflect to another team." We're not trying to do that. My man Ed, whoever Ed is, said, "F Randle and Tibbs. That's all. That's the quote. That's the sentence."
He said, "No explanation, no reason." Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah. I understand the sentiments tonight. Randle was apple juice, applesauce, straight apples, turnover after turnover. They peeled them, sliced them, and turned them over all night long. Randle was trash. It was trash. Itachi said, "I'm not going to lie, trying real hard to stay confident with Randle." How about you, Tony?
It's almost like I wrote it myself. That is not my burner account, but I am trying very hard to stay confident in Randle. I haven't lost the confidence yet, though. I'm gonna give him some time. I said I ain't judging the team till 20 games, but yeah, he hasn't looked good so far. He played well last game yesterday, but this last game, like you said, apple turnover.
Yeah, he played well. He didn't shoot well, but he played well in the previous 2 games, even against Boston. Right? He didn't shoot well, but he played well. Tonight, he didn't shoot well or play well. You know what I mean? Knicks, Randle got to get it together, man, because if he don't, fans are just waiting. Fans are just waiting to kill Randle. You know what I mean? And as much as we've said, "Oh, it's RJ's turn to catch it," I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of fans that's just waiting for Randle to. They're just waiting for Randle to mess up so that they can say, "See, he's not the dude." And right now he's giving them a little bit of ammunition. Season's just starting, but he's giving them some ammunition. We're not going to win them all. I'm over it on the Cleveland. How many Knicks fans actually feel like that right now, though?
It's a good attitude, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Got it. I can't deal with all negativity. So sometimes you got to have that common figure is to be like, listen, it's not the end of the world. There's another game, and it's 2 days from now. You know what I mean? So I respect his calm demeanor.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We don't have, it's a lot of I was about to say we don't have, but I'm not gonna lie. We got some Knicks fans that's like that. I would probably say most Knicks fans are like that. I mean, there's millions and millions across the country, right? Most Knicks fans are like that. It's just the ones that get noticed are the ones that go crazy and say wild stuff and do wild things. Those are the ones that get noticed. So I would say most Knicks fans are level-headed like Malik here. I mean, pretty level-headed. Says we're not going to win them all. I just hope we win more than we lose. You know what I'm saying? And I hope we don't go 1-5.
That's right. Let's
You know
beat
what I mean?
Cleveland twice. Let's beat them
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Fats said Randle needs to grow his hair back and put Kobe's back on ASAP. Kobe's looking down at him like
soft. You soft. That was the quote to Dwight Howard.
Right. Truth be told, though, Kobe, I think, would respect the whole what's it called thing, Skechers thing.
Building your brand.
Yeah.
From the ground up.
Yeah. I think Kobe would respect it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what Kobe was about. Doing things like that, stepping up, not being afraid to step outside the box, being about your business. And he probably, took that kind of mentality just from. Oh, I didn't mean to take that down. I'll get that right back up there. He probably took that mentality from Kobe a little bit. You know what I mean? Because Kobe was, Kobe had that kind of mentality. I mean, let me ask you this: with the way that Randall's playing, do you think, the sneakers have anything to do with it? Maybe he's a little bit afraid, so he's treading lightly.
I don't think so, but I know that's gonna be a narrative. You know what I mean? I already told you, like it's got to be the shoes and all that. So yeah, it's gonna be a narrative. I don't think so. I don't think he would like we was talking about early in the preseason. I don't think he would have not worked these sneakers out, whatever the logistics are, the feel, the comfort. You know what I mean? The quality. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? He would have tested him out extensively before he stepped on the court with him, I think. So I don't think it's, it don't have nothing to do with the shoes. It's Julius Randle. It's Julius Randle. You know what I mean? But this dude Joseph says it's the Skechers and the fade. You guys don't see it on the screen, but it's the Skechers and the fade. I think it's just Julius Randle. You know what I mean? I think it's just Julius Randle right now. He's gotta get out of his own way. And we're used to saying that about Randle. Get out your own way.
I mean, I heard that one too. The other night they were saying the strength is in his hair, like Samson.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Nick Yak, get that up on the screen, said, worried about Brunson is ridiculous. A career 49% shooter for a guard inside, 40% from threes. The hate is ridiculous. I think, though, Nick Yak, I mean, I'm not worried about Brunson, but I think people are worried about, maybe I think people are worried that people have found the formula to stop him. I think that's what people are worried about when it comes to Brunson. Did people find the formula He's still good and all of this and all of that. But did people find a formula to stop him as a New York Knicks guard? I think that's what people are worried about.
And even if that is the case, I'm sure Brunson will adjust. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
it's like Randle coming off the playoff year. You know what I mean? They thought they had a formula. I mean, you could argue they did, but he got it back last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hopefully it don't take a whole year for Brunson to adjust. I doubt it will.
Yeah, I hope so. Mega NYK says sketches are not big baller brand quality. I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, they are like the 7th most popular shoe in the world. Obviously behind Nike, Adidas, Pumas, New Balance, some of those bigger names, Converse, Reebok. But they're right there, just below those. They're more popular, I guess, than Under Armour. Right? I don't know if they're going by sales or what it is, but they are. Mega said they're known to be quite comfortable. Not speaking from, okay. Not speaking from experience, though. You know what I'm saying? And then last. So he ain't going to buy no Skechers, but
he's like, my girl told me.
Yeah, my girl told me they're comfortable. You see what I'm saying? I mean, when I see them in the store, I'm going to put them on my feet, see what they feel like. But I don't want the ones that Julius Randle got. I'd rather get the green ones if I was going to get them. The ones Randle got, they all right, but, he said, I've been told. Right. Don't lie. You be wearing them Skechers to work, man. You ain't got a front, sides. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see what we got here. Bugsy said Grimes is useless on the offensive side of the ball. If it's not spot up shooting, it's like he's scared to dribble. I'm not going to lie. A couple of times, at least once or twice, I seen him advance the ball up the floor, either on the break or whatever it was, and he's just shaky with the dribble. Just shaky with it. I'm not confident with him dribbling the ball. He doesn't look confident.
I think he might end up losing that starting spot.
He could.
It's the most competitive position on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he definitely could. He just doesn't look comfortable in a groove. And when he's dribbling the ball, he's not comfortable. You can see it. He's dribbling, afraid that he's gonna get it stolen or turn it over. As soon as somebody shows a hint of defense, he's picking the ball up and can find somebody to pass to. You know what I mean? Right now, it looks like he's petrified to put the ball on the floor and dribble. You can't have a guy I don't know. You can't have a guy like that out there on the floor. At least playing in that first unit. He might be more confident playing against second unit guys. Something that I did notice tonight, just talking about second unit guys, that I think could maybe be an issue this season. And we'll see what Tom Thibodeau does about the rotation. But like New Orleans tonight, they always had 2 starters on the floor. For the most part. 2 starters out there. McCollum and B.I., Brandon Ingram and Zion, Valanciunas and C.J. McCollum. They always had 2 starters out there because their bench really isn't that great. Just straight up bench. Tom Thibodeau was going to eventually, during the course of a game, have his bench in with RJ on the floor. Right? I feel like that might be a problem because maybe our bench guys aren't able to play with another team's starters and compete with another team's starters. Concerns me a little bit. You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
If that's the case, though, how do you match up according to who's on the floor?
Yeah.
So like if it's how you say the big's name?
Valanciunas.
So if
Jonas Valanciunas, I think.
I think he would be a bad example, actually. So like if McCollum's on the floor, see, it's weird too, because that's the thing with Grimes too. He like you can't go with Brunson if if you need defense in particular. You know what I mean? Like you got to kind of go with one of the defenders if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Or but then again, if it's McCollum on the floor and the center, Randall's not guarding either one of those guys. So are you going with Randall? So how do you make the decision of what starters you want on the floor depending on who's on the
I guess whatever starters you decide are matching up with the players that they put out there defensively,
which intel may not be our starters. You know what I mean?
I mean, like if you're putting Zion back on the floor, maybe okay, I'm coming back with Randall. Right? If they're putting CJ out there.
Are you going with Grimes now? As you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
with the extra
that's
minutes.
True. That's true.
And then it's a deficit because he's not aggressive offensively.
Right. But you might look at it and say, well, I got IQ out there, so I don't have to.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But I think it could be an issue all season because Tom Thibodeau feels like his bench is deep. I do think we have a deep bench, and that the bench is as good as other team starters. They weren't tonight. Obviously, neither were the Knicks starters weren't as good as their starters tonight. So we'll have to see. I'm just going to be watching because there's going to be a lot of teams that don't have a deep bench, and they're going to play 2 or 3 starters with their bench every night. And just like juggle the rotation a little bit. So, definitely something worth watching. Let me get to a phone call. Call you live. Name and where you're from, please.
What's going on, guys? It's Nick in Jersey City.
Nick, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
Doing good. I didn't expect them to win tonight. Back to back on the road. I thought they were going to lose at least one of these games, but just in reference to what you guys were saying about the rotation and whatnot, I noticed that the first 3 games this season so far, when Quickley is out there with Brunson, Quickley is kind of running the offense. Usually Quickley plays off ball with Brunson. And I thought that when Quickley would be out there with DiVincenzo, that was going to be the time for Quickley to run the offense. But they have Quickley off the ball with DiVincenzo. So it's like Quickley's not the backup point guard. DiVincenzo is kind of the backup point guard here. And Quickley's playing off the ball. And I don't know, I don't think it really matters, but I just think once DiVincenzo and Quickley develop some chemistry with one another, our bench is going to be fine. Because I think both of those guys are really good. And I think DiVincenzo, we're going to see a lot better from him over the course of the season. I think him and Quickley connecting on the bench is going to be a good thing.
Yeah, I hope so. I think, and slowly but surely, we are seeing Dante handle the ball a little bit more, right? Because the first, obviously against Boston, he really didn't handle it much. In Atlanta, you've seen him handle it a little bit, right? Although they did turn it over on a bad play, but you've seen him handle it a little bit. So I think slowly but surely, you're going to see Dante DiVincenzo handling that ball a little bit more, initiating that offense so that IQ can, play off the ball a little bit. Also, so that they can use Dante DiVincenzo in some pick and roll situations and things like that.
And he looked a lot more comfortable.
I think so as well. And it's just the Knicks are so deep, and it's hard to get a formula in place every night where every guy could play good. You're going to have, I feel like I haven't seen much from Hart except turnovers the first 3 games. I feel like we haven't seen much from the centers have been playing great. Randle has been playing okay, except he's not scoring, he's not shooting well, but he's been playing great otherwise. RJ's playing great. Grimes is non-existent other than on the defensive side. Grimes is an interesting case. You guys were just talking about Grimes. He's an interesting case. I feel like if he were on the bench, he would contribute more. And I'm not saying put him on the bench, but he would definitely flourish as one of the primary offensive, options with that second unit, I think.
Would there be enough ball handling? Because that's one of the issues with Grimes. He's scared to handle the ball. Will there be enough ball handling on that bench?
Well, it depends on who you put in the starting 2 guard spot. I mean, are you putting Quickley there? Or are you putting DiVincenzo there? See,
that's a good question, right? Who are you putting there? Is it Quickley or DiVincenzo? Because if you put DiVincenzo there, you still got Quickley out there on the floor. If you put Quickley there, now DiVincenzo becomes your primary ball handler off the bench.
Yeah, he's the backup point. Grimes is the backup too. And, that might be, and honestly, that might be the long-term play here. If we'll see how the season develops, but Quickley is more of a take charge kind of guy on the offense than Grimes by far. Mm-hmm. And if we intend on keeping Quickley long-term, he might be a starter, and he might be the starter next to Brunson, because he's going to start somewhere else. So if we want to keep Quickley, I think that's the move that we're going to have to make. I don't think that that's the move that we're going to make. I think that the Knicks are going to keep Grimes over Quickley long term, but that might be something that we, could spice things up if they just switch Quickley with Grimes, put Grimes to the second unit, and then the benches, Hartenstein, RJ, Hart, Grimes, DiVincenzo. So,
yeah, we'll see how that works, man. We'll definitely see how to line. Listen, Tom Thibodeau has been known to, wait 20, 25 games and then make some lineup changes.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And this may, he may be looking at it intently to see, all right, what kind of changes am I going to make? I doubt he's going to cut the lineup.
Right.
He's playing 9. He's going to rock with the 9, but now it's okay. Which rotations, which lineups work well together? Probably still figuring that out.
The problem with putting Quickley at the 2 and putting Grimes on the bench is you lose your defensive ability with the starting 5. I mean, Grimes was guarding Tatum the other night. Grimes could guard a point guard. Tatum was starting at the power forward spot, and Grimes was guarding him. I don't know if Quickley could do that. So you kind of undermine. Grimes has got about 3 inches of height on Quickley, and maybe not 3 inches, but he's bigger. He's taller. He could guard bigger guys. So it kind of undermines your ability to put Grimes on a big wing if he's coming off the bench, and you're going up against a team whose best player is a forward.
Yeah. No doubt. Hey, Nick, man, appreciate your time, bro. Hopefully, next. When do the Knicks play next? Monday?
I think Tuesday.
Tuesday. On Tuesday, right? Hopefully, we're having a better conversation.
That's right, man.
You know what I mean?
Too. Take care.
No doubt about it. Peace, Nick. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I was gonna say Josh Hart could be a potential to start as well, and the only reason I say that is because he guards up, just like Grimes does.
Right.
Where, as good as a defender Quickley is, I don't think you're gonna put him on a 3 or even a 4. You know what I mean? Where Grimes is definitively guarding the best guy on the other team. I think Hart would be able to fill those shoes. And I think sometimes Hart with less responsibility, which he would have less responsibility in that second unit, I think he might end up playing better. Where sometimes in that second unit, and part of it is who he is, but sometimes he's like trying to do too much. Where I think he'll be a little bit tempered in that.
Right.
With Brunson, Randle, RJ, it's almost like now you could really just do what you do.
Yeah.
And guard.
Right. Yeah. My man Robert said the shooting coach needs to be fired. I bet you he didn't think that the other day. He probably said last night, he probably said the shooting coach needs a raise.
We shot well in Boston too. Or against Boston.
Or against Boston, right. Yeah, he thinks, well, I don't know if he thought that, but he thinks the shooting coach needs to be fired immediately. I don't even know if we got a shooting coach. East Blue Juice says, so Sim, are you done with Grimes yet? Because I am. I'm not done with him yet, but I'm not sure he's it. I'm willing to give the guy some time to come around just like everybody else. But I'm watching intently. He was a guy, and you know what? I'm pretty sure he's heard the chatter, right? The noise, the chatter from people. Oh, from fans. Oh, Dante DiVincenzo might take Grimes' spot. They're standing third. So he might have it somewhere in the back of his head because he was even asked about it, in a press conference. He was just like, nah, we, nobody's really worried about that. Boom, 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 boom. But when you get asked about it in a press conference, you're seeing stuff on the internet because, they look at the internet somewhere. It's there somewhere. There's no way it can't be. It's there somewhere.
I mean, and then just to double down though, and kind of shoot him Bell, he's guarding the best guy on the other.
He is.
Like Tuesday, he's gonna be on Donovan Mitchell off the gate. You know what I mean? Like you know that. So it's got to be tough to take on a defensive assignment like Donovan Mitchell and try to up your offensive game. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times when you see guys who are good defenders who end up becoming a vocal point offensively, their defense tempers. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to do both. It really is. There's very few people in the league that are a top defender, and now we're not asking him to be a go-to scorer, but a top defender and a go-to scorer.
Right.
Like that's rare air there.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick Yak said we're not having a short two guard along with short small forward and point guard. Grimes isn't moving. I mean, could be right. But, coming down the stretch of games, he's not always on the floor. Sometimes Tibbs is going with, a small point guard, small shooting guard, a short small forward. We'll see. You always got lineups and ways that you can, rotate your lineup so that you have what you need out there at certain points of the game. I mean, I dig it, you know what I mean? But if he ain't getting the job done, what are we going to do? He's 6'5", Hart 6'4". DiVincenzo, is DiVincenzo 6'4"? He's 6'4" too, DiVincenzo. How tall is Quickley? 6'2", 6'3"?
6'3".
Yeah, small. It is small. There's no doubt about it. Nick Yak said Dante will get his minutes, but not starting over him until an injury happens one day, which it could be very likely. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but it could happen. It could happen. Almighty Finesse said, Sim, would you trade RJ for Ingram? Yeah, I would. I like RJ, but Ingram is different offensively than RJ. I just want him to, I was just a little bit turned off with him from FIBA. You know what I'm saying? And his, thing about getting the ball and all of that kind of stuff. But the kid can hoop. Two ways about that. And he's like 6'8", he's got the length. You know what I mean? He can shoot over top of people. He can score any way. Score any way. Kid's a baller. He's a baller. You know what I mean? The Public Enemy said, Embiid and Zion will be here soon. I don't know.
After tonight,
listen, after tonight, you feel like that, but
no, I'm saying after tonight, they not trying to take Randle.
Oh, not after tonight. Not after tonight. They're like, oh God, they're not after tonight, but we feel like this on nights like this. We feel like this, man. Trade everybody. This team is trash. But then when they win 6 or 7 games in a row, oh my gosh, this team's going to the finals. I'm telling you, it's going to be the same way. It's always going to be like that. It's going to be like that. Almighty Finesse said, I'm hoping the Pelicans struggle so they can trade Ingram. I'm going to tell you what. This Pelicans team might be, if they stay healthy, they might be pretty good. Because you got 3 guys that can score. You got some defenders over there. You know what I mean? Herbert Jones is a defender. Dyson Daniels, he can defend. They had the other kid. I forgot his name now, but, he's a young guy. He can shoot the ball. He can defend.
Jones.
They got who?
Jones.
No, that's Herbert Jones. There was
Jones. Oh,
there was another guy, young Jordan something. Jordan Hawkins. He's decent ball player. He can shoot it.
Hit the 3, yeah, yep.
They got some things happening. Trey Murphy. They got some things happening there, so they might be a good basket. They might be pretty good this year if they stay healthy. The Public Enemy said he's been preaching that for a while about the Pelicans, I'm assuming. Yeah. Oh, not unless he's talking about Embiid and Zion. Maybe he's saying Embiid and Zion. He's been preaching that for a while. But the Pelicans, they might make some noise out there in the Western Conference, man.
And Embiid and Zion, that's a lot of missed games.
A lot.
Potentially.
A lot. That's a lot of missed games. That's a lot of missed games.
We need a discount on them trades. You know what I mean? Like,
not that one. Dang, it moved on me. Somebody, there it is. The coolest said RJ is more reliable than Brandon Ingram. Hard pass on Brandon Ingram. I dig it. He's RJ's on the court. That's the one thing about this Knicks team, right? They're on the court. They're available for you. But if Brandon Ingram is available, man, that kid is a monster. This team looks like it could have a great year to me. If we play our game, we would have won all 3. Wait till things go right. Every team can say that, though. Listen, I think the Knicks are going to have a good year, but any team, when they lose, they can say, well, if we played our game, if we would have hit shots, we would have made free throws, and we would have rebounded the ball, and we wouldn't have had 18 turnovers,
It's funny. I don't know why I just thought of this, but we was a lot of people was calling for small ball last year, right? Let's see what it looks like. Play Randle and Obi together, and now we kind of stuck with small ball.
Yeah, we are. We're stuck with small ball. You know what I mean? It's the team we have now, and I do think they're probably going to make a move at some point. Try to get some more length on this roster. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them to win without the tools. They need some guys with length. You can see it. Look at tonight. Look at Jason Tatum. Right? Guys like Jason Tatum, guys like Brandon Ingram. We have no one that can match up with them. No one in the league is matching up with them, to be honest with you, right? But at least lengthwise, that can give them a little bit more trouble. We don't have anyone that can match up with those guys lengthwise. And that's an issue. And then we don't have a backup power forward for nights when Randle plays like this. That's an issue. Mega said, if it's any consolation, Miami also lost tonight.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. D. Coolest said, Sim, have you been monitoring D. Rose's gameplay? If so, don't you believe he should have played in the playoffs? I have been seeing some things, about D. Rose, but listen, Memphis just lost to Washington tonight. They scored 106 points versus the Washington Wizards, who, might have one of the worst defenses in the league this year. They also lost to this New Orleans Pelicans team. Right now, the Memphis Grizzlies are 0-3. So, I don't know.
I'll say yes. I'll say yes because there's an argument for it. There's an argument Fournier should have got some minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
I can see it
just to answer the question, I'll say yes, but it's not based off of anything that I've seen this year.
Yeah.
What I mean?
I would agree with that. Because they probably could have used his ball handling. The Knicks needed help with handling the ball, and he was healthy. The Knicks needed help shooting. Fournier was healthy. So, yes, I will agree. Yes, I will agree with that. But, and I guess what I was responding to was not the coolest. I was probably responding to just some other things I've seen on Twitter. Tom Thibodeau had Derrick Rose on the bench. Look what he can still do. Blase, blase, bloom. But they're 0-3. And obviously, at the beginning of the year, he's still fresh. He's going to be able to do some things. He played for us at the beginning of the year too.
And he was turning the ball over like Randle.
So, yeah, I'm gonna monitor him. Well, I'm not really gonna monitor him probably, although he was my favorite player on the Knicks. You know what I mean? Knicks 100 of GM said they don't have their star. I get all of that. I understand it, but that's my point, right? Let's say Ja Morant didn't exist and Derrick Rose was there. They wouldn't be a good basketball team. So it's not like he's making that big of a difference on their team. That's what I'm saying. So I just don't know, when Ja Morant gets back, is Derrick Rose even going to play? Right? He might be playing now out of necessity. So could we have used him in the playoffs? Yes. I agree with the Coolidge. We could have used him in the playoffs. But I'm not ready to say, oh my gosh, it was a mistake to bench Derrick Rose last season. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't think it was a mistake to bench Derrick Rose last year. At the time that he got benched, he wasn't playing good basketball. He was my favorite player on the team, but he wasn't playing good basketball. And it was clear that, obviously when he and Fournier got benched out the lineup, the Knicks were a much better basketball team. Steven Adams is out too. Yep, he's out too.
For the year, right?
Is he out for the year?
Thought so.
He might be. So I'm not crying tears over, the whole Derrick Rose thing. That's just me. I like Derrick Rose though. But I do think his time is past. I don't think you're going to see him probably even getting the minutes that he's getting now all season long. I forgot to play my guys in my league tonight. So I got one more day. I'm up 5-4 over E-Rule, and I forgot to play my guys tonight. If I'd have played my guys, I probably would have been cooking. Because no, actually, no, I'm good. I did play everybody. Everybody played. So I guess E-Rule just caught up to me. I don't know what happened to my guys. Emmanuel Quickley bummed out. Donovan Mitchell didn't play. Scrub. Kevin Love didn't play. Messing me up. You know what I'm saying? CJ McCollum was a bum tonight. Tyrese Maxey, he went off. He had 34 points. I was up 8-1 over E-Rule. Yesterday, after last night, I was up 8-1. Now it's 5-4. I'm just trying to scrape and get out of this week. You know what I'm saying? I guess tomorrow's the last day of the week for us.
Yeah, I'm trying to find mine right now.
Dang.
I'm doing bad though.
So I only got 4 players playing tomorrow. None of them are like scorers. I got DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Johnson, Zubac, and Tyrese Maxey. Who's he got playing tomorrow?
Maxey might help you.
Tyrese Maxey might do something for me tomorrow. Oh man. I thought I had the win in the bag. Who's he got playing tomorrow? Oh, I play Steph next week. Let's see. Who's E-Rule got playing tomorrow? Oh, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys playing tomorrow. Dang, I need a couple of my guys. Somebody got to get hot. Russell Westbrook is playing tomorrow. Giddey, Kelly Oubre, Keegan Murray, Aaron Gordon, Chet Holmgren. I might end up losing this matchup. Let me see. I got 165 made field goals. He got 137, so I'm up there. 79 free throw attempts. Free throws made. He's got 59. He's got 54 three-pointers made. I got 46. I'm beating him in points, 455 to 387. He's got me on the boards by 6, 142 to 136. Assist, he got 104 assists. I got 87. No ball movement on my team. Steals, I got 28. He got 24. He's got 21 blocks. I got 18. And on winning in turnovers, I only got 36. He's got 55. But I'm only up 5-4. See what happens tomorrow. Oh, no. I need Tyrese Maxey to go off. I need him to go crazy. I need Zubac to, eat up a bunch of boards. Oh, see, Devin Booker was out tonight. See? I need Jalen Johnson to have a big night, and DeAndre Hunter. They both play the same position, so one starts, one comes off the bench.
Yeah, you get 40 minutes of play.
Dang, I might have to move one of them. Oh well, I'm gonna take my first L of the season. I might take my first L of the season. It's crazy.
My squad is trash, so I ain't even gonna get a layout.
I got a nice little squad, but I got Donovan Mitchell. He didn't play tonight. See what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell didn't play. I got Quickley, got Okoro, got DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Johnson, Devin Booker, Zubac, Kevin Love. I got CJ McCollum, Tyrese Maxey. I got Ben Mathurin, Kyle Kuzma, and Banchero. Got a decent little squad.
My best player is Drew Holiday. No, I'm lying. I got Tatum.
Oh, there you go. You had to play that waiver wire, man.
Yeah, I know.
You had to play that waiver wire anyway, man. I think that's it for the Losers Lounge. I don't like doing Knicks Losers Lounge, but we're doing.
They asked for it, so.
We're doing. Anyway, we're gonna get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Get a good day's of rest tomorrow. Get ready for the Knicks to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers on Tuesday. All right, so we got a couple of days to wait. You know what I mean? Probably, I'm still probably gonna do, I'm gonna do some shows in between then, of course. But see if we can get that win, man.
Yeah, we need
them.
Cavs Losers Lounge.
Word. We need a Cavs Losers Lounge.
Two
of them. We need two
back
of them.
to back.
I thought we was gonna leave tonight. I thought it was going into the game. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a struggle, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna be 2-1. Zach LaVine had 51 points. Chicago only scored 102 points.
They lost?
They lost.
Wow.
They lost.
Wait.
Anyway.
He had 50, what?
51. He had half their points.
Exactly half?
Exactly half. Exactly half. 51 points. They had 102.
Wow.
That's his career high as well. 51 points.
What'd they lose by?
I think they lost by double digits.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's bad.
I think. Yeah, 118 to 102. To the Pistons.
To the
to the Pistons. The Pistons are 2-1 though.
Yeah, he trying to get out of there.
The Pistons are 2-1 on the season though.
LaVine ain't gonna make it through the year in Chicago.
You think they're gonna be bad like that?
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it through the year. Fire sale.
Let's do something. Let's get him over here in a New York jersey. We can use him. Anyway, folks, we're gonna get out of here, man. If you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen, support the channel. All right, you already know what's going on. You know what I mean? Everyone that's here, I'm pretty sure knows what's going on. We've been demonetized. Just got another email from them explaining to me, another guy explaining to me why we've been demonetized. And I'm like, you telling me something I already know. Guys, they're telling me that I have reused content. So basically, they're telling me that I don't do anything original. Or not original. They're telling me that I don't do anything that's my own content. That I'm just taking somebody else's content and putting it out there. That's what they're telling me on YouTube. I've asked them several times, go look at my lives because I had some highlights in the shorts. That's what they looked at. They're not looking at the live stuff. I don't know what they're looking at. There's no way that I can look at. There's no way that they can say majority of your content is reused. I don't understand it. And they're not telling me which videos they think are reused so that I know how to fix it. Makes no sense at all. I don't know.
Sounds like they haters. It's haters out there.
It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, if you can, man, support the channel, Support the channel, and if we get the right revenue model, we may just stay unmonetized and do what we want. Who knows? I don't know. Jules said, just trying to find a loophole to make you lose money. They might be. The crazy thing, what I'm really going to be mad about is if I see them put ads on my videos. Because YouTube will do that. They'll put, let's say you're not monetized. They'll put, they might put ads on your videos if they deem it necessary. So I'll be heated if they demonetize me and then they put ads on my video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be hot.
That might have to start looking at platforms after that.
I'll be
you know
hot.
what I mean?
So we're working these. We're doing what we can do. Doing what we can do. It's YouTube for you, man. Anyway, folks, we appreciate your time. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get up out of here. Have a great, great rest of your weekend. Enjoy tomorrow. Don't worry about the Knicks too much. Well, tomorrow's the Giants and the Jets. 1:00.
That's right. Can't lose.
1:00. Giants and Jets. All right, folks, we're out of here. Support the channel if you can. We appreciate you. Yeah, peace.